Ouch. So yeah, I'm not feeling too bad this morning. A bit annoying. A bit annoyed because I had some food and just didn't digest properly. It's kind of frustrating. But I actually have to go to the toilet. But yeah, good morning anyway, everybody. How are you all doing? Okay. Sorry. My digestive system now. I'm feeling good now. But when I first got up this morning, I was feeling a bit sick. I think it was just food had done digestion, and I'd like trying to make an omelette thing in it. Came out okay, but I think it was just a bit too much. That's all. A bit too much protein, to be honest. Shit happens, unfortunately. So I've learned my lesson on that one. It's about 9:37 a.m. It's not too bad this morning. I haven't got a massive amount to do, but I've been doing a few things on and off. Didn't really move. Last night I had a bit of a smoke, and in between that I had a couple of drinks, and ended up falling asleep pretty much. My hand hurts still from that fucking lighter. The what do you call it? The flint lighter, because I fucking hate it, and I'm gonna get a gas lighter. That's the reason I'm gonna buy a fucking gas lighter when I get the chance. I might even see if I can source one locally. I've looked at them online. The problem is online they're freaking. It's not that they're expensive online. It's just you don't actually get the gas in them. You've got to get a separate tank of gas, which is rather frustrating. But oh well, shit happens, unfortunately. Conclusion I've come to. It is about that time in the morning. It is about just 9:38 a.m. at the moment. I've cleared my system out. Well, at the moment I have that the food that I ate, and obviously the food that wasn't digesting correctly. Right, so it is that time of morning. Do a little cleaning up, I guess. Got some plates and stuff and a few things. I've actually got a bunch of washing up to do today, so that's alright, not a problem. I can do that. Just gotta wake myself up a little more and that should be good. Learn sometimes that you overestimate your own hunger when you are when you get the munchies, unfortunately. Just the way it is. I'm gonna refill that water. Too bad, I've got a headache, so I'm not too bad with that. So. So not bad time morning at the moment. Oh, my back. It's a little bit. My back was a bit sore yesterday. It wasn't too bad. It's just this thing annoyed me probably the most. I just ended up going to sleep after that anyway. Oh, okay, let's see. It's one of those mornings, I guess. I still got to wake up a little bit, to be honest. I got to get my head around some shit today. My job, I mean, I haven't got a massive amount to do today. I could probably do a bit of gaming, to be honest. Set up my live streaming a bit more and do a bit more of that. Yesterday I was organising a bunch of stuff and I was just basically emptying emails. I mean, that's mostly what I do. Particularly on days that I don't have clients, I normally just I answer emails or I empty out my emails. And when I do answer the emails, it's mostly just quick questions, and in those cases, and normally people don't end up buying anything from me. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Outlook. So I'm just going to run over to my emails this morning. Oh, excuse me. God damn it. Like I said, digestion issues. I do find that happens sometimes when I'm drunk, and because it's sort of, getting drunk can make me a little hungry too. But then, you get the munchies on top of it. It's like, you overestimate what you can eat. I hate to say it, but you really do. I do anyway. Okay, let's see. Most of these emails are empty. Though I got cranky when I fucking yelled at my finger last night because it was fucking. But it really did fucking hurt. Like, seriously, look at that. Look how fucking owl that is, man. And that's from a fucking flint lighter. I hate to say it, but I hate flint lighters. I think I prefer fucking gas lighters to flint lighters. Jesus Christ, mind you, I only take $1.49 for the fucking lighter anyway. Fucking fingers. Ouch. Jeez, they fucking wheezer people, seriously. I don't know, I don't like flint lighters. They're just frustrated. I should have got a fucking Bic, because the one I got isn't a Bic. It's a fucking it's a Sundance one. It's like, it was cheaper probably. The Bic I think was a bit more. Bic cost a bit more, but probably should get a Bic next time. It's probably just a generally better lighter and better designed. Let's see. Maple. See, I had a few things last night. I had some like an omelette thing, with the chicken schnitzel thing that I cooked. And I had this fucking, what's the name of the fucking thing? Fuck, I had, an omelette. If I remember correctly, I had an omelette. And it's sort of an omelette. Yeah, it was an omelette. But technically, I could easily call it an omelette. It was a bunch of eggs sort of together. But just didn't digest well overnight. Though, mind you, I probably ate it and I probably went straight to sleep. That's probably the only danger. I think there's only annoying part with getting the munchies. And as I got up, I was like, I got sick, and I'm like, too much stomach acids. Like literally, it was just like not processing at all. Either too much stomach acids, or there was just it just wasn't processing correctly. Put it that way. So I'm like, fuck. I was okay afterwards though. After I woke up and I cleared my head a bit, and I initially got sick, I felt okay then. It's just the fucking severe fucking heartburn that I had. It was literally burning me, like burning my throat, and I'm like, fuck. Yeah, okay, so, yeah. Not the best choice, not the smartest choice, I'm well aware of this. Unfortunately, we all are entitled to a few mistakes in our lives. I know some of mine do involve eating the wrong foods at the wrong time. I'm well aware of it, actually. Alright, let's see. Punishing scams, for fuck's sake. I don't want this shit. I've still got fucking maple syrup stuff on my fucking mouse, for fuck's sake. Fucking asshole. Fucking bullshit cunt artist. Fucking ass. There we go. Clean you off. Right, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. That one's alright. But my fucking finger's still sore, so I'm kind of annoyed with that. But oh well. It's not overly sore though. When I ended up going to bed, it actually, I felt much better. I put a cold can of Coke and stuff on it. I put just like cold stuff on it, and it just was okay after that. Fuck though, that did fucking hurt. I swear to God, what the hell? I gotta say though, a flame lighter is generally better. In general, a flame lighter is better than the electronic lighter that I do, because I have a tendency to electrocute myself with that fucking thing a lot of the time when I'm trying to fucking light the damn pipe. That's the problem. So that's half the issue. Kind of frustrating actually. But oh well, shit happens unfortunately. We can't avoid it. We can try. We can definitely try, but can't avoid it. It's ultimately how life works sometimes. What's this shit? Free. Hello, the fucking load. Fuck's that shit. And the dog's beside me at the moment. Aren't you, eh? What you doing, eh? Yeah, because all my nephews have gone to well, one's gone to university today, and the other one's gone to he's just sort of finishing up high school anyway, so he's gone to high school, and he's in year 12, I think. Just finishing year 12 and stuff like that, so. Shit. I don't want this shit. Why is this shit here? Please explain. No, that's fine. I can work with that. Put this on. No, oh yes, I have put it on that back up. I'll explain why it's not as fast as usual. So yeah, what the hell was that? Spam. I hate spam. So I might disconnect myself from my VPN. Close my Netflix, because I'm not watching American Netflix again, or at the moment I'm not. So I'll disconnect myself from my VPN. That's normally what I do every night. So I'll watch a bit of Netflix. I'll try to every night. Well, what I've been watching a lot of lately, I've been watching a lot of Bob's Burger. It's an interesting show. What the fuck? How can the request not be completed? Get fucked. Reload the cunt of a thing. Alright, okay, it's probably so disconnected with my VPN. Come on, bitch. James, motherfucker. Holy shit, that's all I have to say. So, yeah, it's not a bad morning, apparently. did fucking hurt though. That really hurt last night. Like, I don't know, as I said, I just generally don't like fucking those. The light. I like new technology. If I'm going to have something that works, I would at least want a gas lighter, a decent gas lighter with like a nice flame adjustable thing on it. That's always good. Great, actually. In fact, spectacular, if that's the case. That's always wonderful. But the truth is, you don't always get that, unfortunately. So there we go. Now it's loaded. Fair stuff, that's Neuro News. I'm going to say that is not junk. That can be deleted. There we go. Neuro News. What was that? Neuro for and I'm getting my recycling bin this morning. So I'm still, I mean, considering I had a few beers, I mean, it's probably about 6, 7, something like that. Probably a few beers and a bit of a smoke. I'm actually doing pretty good. Not that really, smoking doesn't really affect me, like smoking herbal stuff doesn't really, it affects me, but it more has a positive effect than a negative effect. At this point, that's what from what I can tell anyway. Most of the time it's just a pain reliever or focuses my mind a bit more, to be honest. That's from personal experience so far from what I've had. I mean, mind you, I've only just started sort of taking it more often than not, you know, so... I only started experiencing it recently, only the last 3 or 4 weeks, you know, as I said, so... It's a new experience, but it's not a bad experience, and it's not a negative experience so far anyway. Depending on if I have a few, you know, hits from the pipe, which as I said, it's pretty much, you know... I'm not going to condone weed as a general rule because I don't believe it is a drug. There's far worse things that you can take, and there's far worse stuff you can have. And to be honest, I think it's more the equivalent of an antidepressant as a personal preference point, because I know for a fact that my normal antidepressant, I haven't refilled my script for a fair while now, and I haven't needed to because of the fact I've been using that as a substitute, which has been working pretty well so far. Actually, quite well at times. So that's a plus. An issue I had last night was I got angry with my thumb. That's what tends to happen to me. If I'm in pain, or if I'm in a certain degree of pain, I will have a tendency to get angry at it. I don't know why, but it's just something that I do. I mean, it's sort of the same. It's not always the same concept with emotional pain, but I do get angry at my pain sometimes just to get rid of it, because it's just easier to focus on getting rid of it that way than any other way, you know. But let me see here. So, interesting fact, so I've looked on my page, and apparently that vaporizer has been removed. The listing's been removed, but apparently the transaction should proceed as normal. If there's any problems, just go to the resolution center. So I'm going to assume that I'm going to get it because that seller they haven't been deregistered. They haven't been taken offline. So I'm assuming I'm still going to get the item in question. They've just taken the listing down. The particular listing was in. From what I gathered, the reason they took the damn listing off, from what I'm gathering, is that the guy wanted to list it at a higher price, which that's actually entirely true. He did list it at a higher price, something like $19 or something like that, or $20 or something. So the actual seller, which is from China, listed that at a much higher price. So that's probably explains why that vaporizer, or why that auction vanished. For the moment, I'm still waiting on the tank. According to the tank tracking, it has cleared customs at this point in time. Still in the process of clearing customs, obviously. It's not quite there yet, but it will be. I know things I want to pick up. Things are really, I mean, at this point, I'm going to do a graphics upgrade, but I don't know whether it's going to be sooner or later. Depending on, of course, I've got to sell these other machines, because the other money was put towards other stuff and bills. Sorry, the other money that I had, or the extra money that I had from selling that other machine, was put towards bills, so, yeah. I'm buying a little bit of alcohol for my dad too, admittedly, and things like that, and me in combination of both of us, actually. But what I want to get my hands on ultimately is 2 RX 480s in SLI, in Crossfire. That'd be great. Those are the two things. Now, I'm looking at $389 each. If I can at least get around $600-700 together, then I know I can get them. You know what I mean? So, I'd say $700 most likely. Yeah, probably looking at about $700 in total for everything. So, yeah, that's probably. Let me just add it up for a second. Yeah, it should be about right, I think. Boobies. No, actually, it's $778. I actually need to be able to buy myself two RX 480s, which I'm going to do that. Should be interesting though when I get these two cards, because there'll be a new addition to everything. I'm definitely going to be getting something with good cooling, so I'm going to get something with at least two fans along the lines, because my other ones, my other 770s have got two fans as well in them. So definitely RX 480s. Fuck it, I really think two RX 480s will help me a lot. We'll see. I figure I have to have $778 to get what I want. So that's actually not bad. That's pretty good, and that's it within my budget range too. Because if I was getting something from Nvidia, it's probably going to end up costing me like maybe almost $2,000 for specific things. You know, 2,400 I think, roughly, depending on what card I bought, of course, and depending on the price. I don't know. As I said, a lot of the times you'll get stuff that comes on special too. That's always good, but. I'll put it this way, I'm looking at least $778 to get what I want. So at this point, I don't know, as I said, I've mainly been focusing on, I've been focusing on food, I guess, to a certain extent, and I've been focusing on bills. Those are the main things I've been focusing on, food, bills, and the extra spending money has sort of gone into some vaping stuff, I admit that. And some other stuff as well, on and off, but I mean, considering that I can still afford that, and I can still afford extra stuff on top of that if I have to, I'm doing pretty well anyway. So it's still a process of transaction anyway. So I'm waiting for that vaporizer tank anyway to see how that goes. Emails are empty this morning. I haven't checked. I did check my Gmail earlier, but let's see. Gmail, bitches. Ugh. Always good to recovery time though. I don't know. I'm not feeling too bad. I'm just gonna detox. I think I'll just detox from alcohol at the moment because I've been drinking a relative amount, because normally I take a break in the middle of the week sort of thing, but I have been drinking on and off, and you know, it's not as if I've been drinking to excess all the time, but I have been drinking that little bit extra, and I find if I just detox for a certain amount of time, like say like 2 or 3, maybe 4 days, everything seems to clear up and my system seems to feel better. There can be a bit of withdrawal from that though. I've noticed this with alcohol. If I don't initially have it at a certain point, I do notice withdrawal symptoms, feeling a bit. Whereas I don't know, with most of the other stuff that I take, like herbal remedies and stuff, most of them are designed to detox your body and take the toxins out of your body anyway. So I've never had any problems. I don't really withdraw from those. Caffeine withdrawal sometimes if I don't have enough coffee, if I don't have a lot of coffee, or if I don't have a regular regime of coffee. That can leave me with caffeine headaches sometimes from time to time. I mean, I'm not doing too good. I'm doing good this morning. I haven't got headaches. I've got a freaking cook. I've got a cooked stomach at the moment because I ate that fucking waffle. Oh, not waffle. What am I saying? I ate that fucking what do you call it? that freaking omelette thing that I made last night. Don't get me wrong. It was great. It was tasty. It was lovely actually. It was really, really flavoursome. The only issue is it didn't digest well overnight. Oh man, okay. Guts are all over the place. I'll be right back. Wow. Holy shit. not feeling too bad. On the argument of drunk versus stoned, I'd say stoned is always better because it always makes you feel 10 times more relaxed. Not just that at all. I find personally myself it seems to actually make me feel pretty focused. It's the reason that sometimes I sort of cut my drinking down a bit. I don't know, see, the thing is I've been accused of being an alcoholic and things like that and having, drinking issues. The only reason that's ever happened is because what's mostly ended up happening is people have got me into a situation where they know they can trigger me, and they've triggered me to get angry. And just because I'm drinking alcohol, I'm accused of being an alcoholic and a raging alcoholic or something like that. Because, simply because they triggered me, and they triggered me at the worst possible time. I'm sorry, but I will be honest. Speaking as an honest person here, you never try to trigger someone while they're fucking drunk. That is the most stupidest thing you can do. Like, try to trigger someone while they're in the weakest possible position. That is fucked. Now, I don't care whether you're male, female, whatever the fuck you are. You don't try to trigger someone when they're in that position and that mindset, because it fucks with their head. Not just that, but if you fuck with someone, expect to get the... As they say, if you fuck with the ball, you expect to get the fucking horns. I'm sorry, but it's as simple as that. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. What do you need, a diagram on this shit with some people? Like, it really does make me think that some people, as I said, there's some people who just, they pick on people, either because they're drunk or inebriated or they're stoned or they're high or whatever the fuck they are. They're in a weak position to not be able to fight back and have their own, not just inhibitions, but, to be able to not just, to generally not be able to fight back or defend themselves mentally to a certain extent, maybe because they're more buzzed than they should be. And I don't think anybody should ever be picked on in a vulnerable situation like that. I mean, at the end of it, you don't see me going around taking advantage of drunk girls. I'm not that type of guy. I don't do shit like that. I never would. It's kind of fucked. It's kind of fucked, and it's kind of stupid, really. I really don't know what goes through some people's minds, okay? And don't get me wrong, maybe sometimes I have been a bit of an ass when I've been drunk, but I think it's only because I've become paranoid about the people I'm around. In the first place, I've become paranoid about the people I was around, which that didn't help. And most of the time that paranoia would stem from them trying to take advantage of me financially or otherwise. And that's always the problem. So as I said, there's always those types of people who pick on people, especially if they're in a position of what I would classify as not weakness, but their inhibitions are lowered, certain standards are lowered in their own mind. It just get either because they're drunk or, Actually, I don't know. I think stoned it's probably not as bad. I think with most of that, that's probably it's probably going to be the worst position to be in. But I mean, to be honest, it kind of shits me that people pick that moment to talk to people. But don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm a kind guy. I will help people out if I can. But I have so many fucking issues with people trying to take advantage of bullshit situations where it's ultimately, but pretty much, yeah, fucking, I don't know, shits me, really does. I think that's a totally unfair situation to get someone into. It's totally unfair to them because you don't know. Firstly, it's picking on human weaknesses, right? We all have our vices, we all have our things that we do and things that we want to do, right? The truth of the situation is, I've come to the conclusion is that there's always going to be some people who pick those moments of weakness to see how they can test people. I don't know. It's like any situation, I guess. We all do our own thing, right? But I mean, to be honest, that week lighter really pissed me off. But it doesn't matter anyway. I calmed down. I had a couple of Diet Cokes or something like that. I was just like, yeah, there we go, it's fine. I had a bit of water and stuff, and I was good. But that fucking thumb still hurts, and I'm kind of annoyed with that lighter. So I should probably buy a Bic. I should have bought a fucking Bic. Why do I go for the cheapest fucking shit? Because I'm a budget-conscious individual, people. I buy cheap shit. I've been known to buy some cheap shit. And this is my problem. When I buy the cheap shit, I always get stung in some way or another. whether it's through the fact that it doesn't have the right voltage or it's some sort of battery, like its battery is just fucking fucked, or something like. I mean, I don't know. As I said, I find with certain things, you spend a certain degree of money, you get a good, you do get a good product. That's the truth. But some products I've had gives me the worst fucking quality you've ever seen. And I don't think it's all products though. I don't think every product is that way, and I don't think inherently every product is going to be bad. But okay. Okay. So this morning, I'm not really. I don't know. There's not a massive amount I can do at this point. I got this morning feeling. I mostly got out of bed because my guts were a bit crook. So I'm feeling good now since I cleared my guts out. But that's a plus side that I'm feeling better. My guts are cleared now. So, things on my list at the moment, I definitely will say that those graphics cards are going to be on my list. As a budget-conscious person, I know exactly what I want to go. I'm going for something budget. Mainly because I'll probably end up upgrading my entire rig at some point. Like my entire rig. I'll use some spares from this old rig, but I'll probably end up upgrading my entire rig. So if I go the cheapest option now just to get $700 in the two cards, those two upgrade cards, my rig should last a bit longer. I mean, to be honest, my rig's not that bad. It's not weak by any means, and it's a pretty powerful computer. So at the end of it, I'm adamant about keeping things that way. Yeah, so testing most of these shits. Oh, that's good. Okay, so that's good. Okay, that's right. Shit. So let's see. Oh man, it's just like heartburn. I fucking hate you, heartburn. I do say though, when it comes to me being in pain, that's normally when I get angry. I know pain management for me it's different circumstances, I guess. I've had situations where my pain level has gone to for example, like something like that. Like some days I have no pain level at all. I can literally burn myself with a fucking cigarette lighter and I have no pain. Other days I feel every single fucking tiny little fucking thing that touches my skin basically, and it's just fucking frustrating when that happens. But it's not all the time though, so I mean it's not the worst case scenario. But shit. So, I might have a coffee. The way my digestive system is at the moment, I'll wait and settle my stomach down before I have a coffee. Mainly because I got a bit sick this morning because of the stupid fucking omelette that I had last night. Like I said, occasionally it's going to happen. I think that happens. Let's see what happens when you get the munchies and shit. You overdo. You overcompensate. You overthink. No, you think you're hungrier than you are, and you end up eating it. But you're going to regret it later, mainly because when you fall asleep after you've eaten it, that's when the problems start. I know from personal experience as somebody who's a bit overweight, Actually, my weight isn't too bad. My weight could be worse. My weight is actually pretty reasonable most of the time. I mean, I have, I could probably afford to lose a bit of weight, no argument there, but, I mean, I'm not the biggest person in the world, too. Also, I find it interesting, as well. People seem to assume that just because you're overweight, you have a small penis. I love that. No, I hate that misconception. Not everybody who's fat has a small penis. That's such a typical insult. I'm like, I get sick of it because I mean, me. Okay, I don't do too bad with my penis size, to be honest. At the end of it, I've never had an issue. But apparently, some people have had the issue, and I'm guessing most of the time it's like people say, "Oh, you can't find you." No. I don't have a problem finding my dick because most of the time I'm playing with it. Mind you, I have chronic issues. Aside from chronic fucking mental diseases or mental disorders, I'm a chronic procrastinator or masturbator, as it were. So so I definitely don't have that problem. I do believe there's people who do have that problem. And to them, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if your penis is small. I'm sorry if your penis is the size of a big toe. I'm not joking. There's some guys I'm looking at last night. Their penis was the size of a big toe. Wow. Yeah. I have to laugh at that a little bit, and at the same time, I have to sort of cringe and think. No, not cringe. I have to feel a little bit sorry for him. You know. Oh well. Shit happens. Shit happens. Shit happens. Life goes on. Life goes on, people. Life goes on. Life goes on. Shit. Yeah, I do love some of the shit that people troll out to, like people who troll. That's hilarious. Don't get me wrong, I love trolling, and I do troll from time to time myself, and I can give back when I need to. The truth is, trolling doesn't make, like, trolling or people trying to troll me or trying to get me angry doesn't make me angry. Most of the time, when I get angry, is because it's legitimately something I've seen somebody. It's something that somebody's done to me specifically over time. And they know that they're doing it, and if they don't, they're a fucking idiot, and they much not. Either that, or they have no idea they're doing it subconsciously. Now, the other side of it too is I know there's some people like that, but there's some people who think, Jesus Christ, you're smarter than that. You should actually know better, you know. That's the ironic thing. That fucking gets me. Like, really? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, I'm feeling better now, to be honest. Much better. Glass shotgun shells. Glass shotgun shells. Well, isn't that just amazing? Apparently you can get shards of glass in people now. I think I'm just going to detox from alcohol for a while. Just, if anything, I'll try to have maybe one glass of wine. I'll just detox. I'll just stay away from alcohol for a little while. I don't know. Could have been the combination of things I mixed with it, but I've been known to mix a few things, though. I've been known to mix my herbal remedies and my alcohol, and sometimes it has a positive and negative effect depending on how I'm feeling, too. So, you know, it depends on the circumstances. Shit. I don't know, there's some days I don't feel any pain at all, and then something like that can give me the absolute shits. So it's all down to how I'm feeling, I guess. It also depends on the pills I'm taking. It depends on the prescription pills as well as combination. Depends on the pills I'm taking too, you know, like... I know with some of my antipsychotics and other stuff, it does make you feel numb, like it, it can literally make you feel like, you know, just your sensory perception goes totally out of whack with some of this stuff, you know, and it's kind of frustrating when it happens. And I know with my meds in particular, and it's it's frustrating because what can happen most of the time in most situations is that your sensory perception goes off the rails. Like, you either feel too much pain or you don't feel enough. This is the problem with me. It's hard to judge sometimes because sometimes I feel all the pain in the world and then I won't feel much pain at all. Sometimes... Other times I like to desensitize myself to pain because, you know, the truth is life is pain to some degree. You do get a certain degree, whether it's physical or emotional pain between the two. For me, there's some difference between the two. I don't know, for me it's sort of weird. Sometimes there can be a difference, sometimes there isn't. It depends on how I'm feeling too, so, you know. And as I said, sometimes, you know, you can have all the pain in the world and sometimes you have no pain at all. So, yeah, unfortunate, but true. I put it this way, I could be feeling worse. I'm feeling pretty good this morning considering. There's certain times I've just drunk alcohol and that's the only thing I've had. And I felt 10 times fucking worse when I got up in the morning. I think the only complaint out of everything, I mean, it's not actually the alcohol that was actually that bad. It was getting the fucking munchies and eating too much. Having too much food, too much protein, which ended up making me sick in the morning. That's the only reason I got fucking sick. If I hadn't eaten as much as I did just before I went to sleep, I would have been fine. The annoyances of getting older, or the annoyances of your digestive system as you get older. Mind you, I take a lot of supplements to increase digestive nature, but that doesn't help either. Sometimes because you can get more fucking heartburn because of the fact that you got too much stomach acid rolling around. Oh, la 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 la. What's he doing, dog? Can you show you the dog? Where is he? Here he is. Yeah, it's just sitting there. What's he doing here? He's tired, I think. I was tired this morning anyway. He came in, laid in bed with me for probably about 20 minutes. He was actually the one who woke me up, and I felt I had the heartburn. I'm like, ah. And I had to go to the toilet, and I got sick. I'm like, ah. But he woke me up this morning. Licked me on the face, didn't ya? Didn't ya? Didn't ya? Licked me on the face. Woke me up. Which was not the most worst way I could have woken up. And then I think he was down between my feet at the time. He just laid on the bed for a while. Mind you, it's just me looking after the dog today because there's nobody in the fucking house. It's just me today, so. Oh, shit. Though I do have a lot of washing up to do. My cooking spree that I ended up going on last night was quite fantastical, and a fantastical journey of lots of washing up. So yeah, I've got to clean that up. I've got to do some washing up. I'll probably do that. What time is it now? It's about 10:20 AM, so I'll wait a little bit and then I'll get my stomach around things. Once my stomach's fine, I'll be fine. I got to admit though, like, compared to most other people, I can eat practically anything. Like, I've eaten raw chicken, raw pork and stuff, and I've never had any issues. Like, not raw, but well, actually, that's not entirely true. I have had raw chicken while I was drunk, and I've never ended up getting a bad case of salmonella or poisoning or anything like that. I don't know. Me, generally, my dad and me have got stomachs of leather when it comes to eating foods. We can eat a lot of different foods and we don't get a bad reaction to them. Some people, they fucking eat 1 or 2 sausages or something like that with sulfites or something, and they fucking have to go to the hospital because they anaphylactic fucking shock. So I got to say that I'm pretty lucky when I eat my foods because I don't really have to restrict what I eat. I don't have to restrict it. I don't have to say that I have to have nothing with sulfides and all this other stuff in it. And yeah, I mean, at the end of it, at least I can say my stomach is not the most sensitive thing in the world. The things I do have issues with, I believe I have juvenile arthritis, and I believe it runs in the family anyway. I think my mum had it originally. I believe I have juvenile arthritis. I get joint pains during winter, certain times of certain weather conditions, certain weather times. I have hay fever. I have schizophrenia, OCD, anxiety, depression issues, and even some bipolar fucking issues. Sometimes where I'm up and down like a yo-yo, but then most of the time I try to keep myself on the up and up, in most cases. Now, because of that fact, as I said, I've different situations. Like, occasionally I've got to take an antihistamine just to clear up my nose, and like I have been known to get like occasional skin irritations from time to time, because of weather conditions and sometimes outside conditions. I have been known to, and it's only in hay fever season that it's happened. It's only happened recently. It just happens every so often, but it's actually stopped now. I've been doing pretty good now. It's actually better. But juvenile arthritis, joint pain is a big issue for me. I have a lot of that, and it's very hard to deal with sometimes with the amount of pain that you can be in, whether it's just like moving your arm and doing some stuff like that. Stuff like that can be very frustrating to do. Stuff like that can be, just like pain. Plus, I think I do have a little bit of carpal tunnel from using computers as much as I do. Now, do I get all that stuff all the time? No, I don't. But I do get it from time to time. So hence the reason that I take different things for different reasons, like fish oil, vitamin D, things like that. I'm just waiting for my digestion system to go back to normal, and then I'm going to take my meds, obviously. But I slept okay. Once I was asleep, I was okay. It's only when I woke up and I could it was like fucking heartburn and everything else. It's the only time I felt crap. When I was sleeping, it was fantastic. I had some gnarly dreams. That's another thing or two with hemp oil and weed I've noticed. Gnarly dreams. Lovely dreams, actually. Fantastic dreams. I actually enjoyed them. Plus, the weird part is, some people are going to turn around and say that weed makes you lazy. To be honest, I'm a bit lazy to start with, so it wouldn't really matter. It's not going to make much of a difference. But with me, it just fucking motivates me. Like, literally, I'm more motivated, I'm more focused. I've done and listed about 3 different things that I had to list on fucking the classified sites that I wasn't going to do anyway because I was initially not feeling in the mood. But because I was in a good fucking mood, guess what? I fucking did them. I actually did what I was going to fucking say I was going to do, because I do that. I procrastinate a bit too sometimes. Because I say I'm going to do something, I don't end up doing it. Vape. So what do I need to resupply? I need to resupply myself with some hemp oil. I've still got plenty of weed. I might just for the hell of it go up and refill my script of antidepressants. Not that I'm really needing them at this point, but it's always good to have them as a backup. I don't see the problem with that. I just haven't filled them for about 2 or 3 weeks. that's how good I've been feeling. So yeah. Hilarious. So what else? Let's see. I still take my antipsychotic. It's not as if I don't think the antipsychotic doesn't work, but okay, put it this way. I'm supposed to take 2 tablets a day, which are both 1 milligram each. That's pretty light considering. Most of the time I'll just take 1 milligram. And most of the time it's just to curve the edge of it, feeling a little psychotic or a little fucking angry or something like that, just feeling a certain way. It's the only time that I'll ever do that is, I might, as I said, it curves the edge of everything and gets me going. But to function as a normal, but to function and do my job, I need to be slightly psychotic. That's the truth. I need to be slightly psychotic. I mean, not entirely psychotic, because entirely psychotic's a bad thing, but I need to be slightly psychotic to function. Mainly because if you have too many freaking things like antipsychotics, they dope you up and they just put you to sleep and you can't function, you can't do anything, you can't fucking do anything at all, like literally. And that's half my problem. That was half my issue. What I found with antipsychotics and antidepressants and all these different meds is they do eventually have some detrimental effects on the body, whether it's liver enzyme factor. Sometimes it can be the cause of fatty liver or other things in your life. I mean, there's a lot of different things that it can affect and how it can affect your body and how your body functions. Now, I know with herbal remedies that I have, like ginkgo biloba and all the different type of booster memory stuff and all the other stuff I have, and vitamin tablets, there's no disadvantage to those because they make most people who have schizophrenia do have some type of vitamin deficiencies generally as a rule. But I've run in with me, if I put natural herbal remedies into my body, most of the time that's all I really need to function or to get through in most things. Don't get me wrong, I still have my prescription stuff, but the worst stuff and the stupidest stuff that I've ever done has been when I've mixed alcohol and codeine or oxy and things like that, because I've done that in the past, I admit that. It's mainly codeine because I was taking codeine for a while. I was having a lot of issues with codeine. Codeine makes me extra paranoid. I don't know why, but it's just so weird. But yeah, I have more issues with alcohol and like codeine type tablet mix than I do with weed and, say, for example, beer or some type of alcoholic beverage. Yeah, I definitely say that. That would be my pre-indicator on that one. I have more issues with those. I have more issues with prescription painkillers and things like that, and things along those lines. That those seem to cause me more issues psychologically wise than anything natural that comes into my body, whether it's ginkgo biloba, different pain relieving stuff, herbal teas, for example, green tea, peppermint tea, all the different types of teas you can get for because a lot of these different natural elements do have specific things they say they're designed for. Peppermint tea, I believe, it does fix like joint pain and pain in general, just helps with pain in general. So, I mean, there's the other side of it too. As I said, weed helps with pain too, but there's all different things. I mean, everything affects you differently. Depending on who you are as a person, everything affects you in a different way. Look, for someone else, they might smoke weed and might not have any effect on them at all. It might just bounce off them like a fucking bullet. Me, I find it's more effective for treating myself, to be honest. Yeah, I'm finding so far it's better and more effective for treating myself. I don't know. That's exactly what I'm seeing in my mind, or that's exactly what I'm seeing more advantage to it than disadvantage. Most of the natural stuff and things that I take, I try to take all the best. I mean, the truth is, to be honest, sometimes I've even had the situation, and I know this for a fact because it actually says it is actually a side effect of risperidone, which is my antipsychotic. It can make you angry. See, that's ironic. The antipsychotic that's supposed to calm me the fuck down and supposedly fix my conditions actually has an effect of making you angry. Risperidone. Angry. Risperidone makes me angry. Okay, so. See, this is entirely my point. Like, I'm looking at some of these people in the forums, and they're saying the exact same shit that I'm saying. The reason I don't like risperidone as a drug, like as an antipsychotic drug, firstly, it makes you groggy as fuck. Most of the time you're groggy, and most of the time you don't feel like you can function with normal brain activity. You can't relay things you want to say. Most of the time you're just off the fucking rails with what you're trying to... half the time you're either cranky or you're fucking shitty and you get the shits with people easily. I know, because I've seen it happen plenty of times with my risperidone in the past. Yes, risperidol seems to cause aggression. Right, exactly. This is entirely my point. Maybe if I didn't take the fucking antipsychotic, I wouldn't have the issue of aggression. But the truth is, I think people always paint people as who are aggressive or can get aggressive as abusive. No. Just because somebody can get aggressive, that doesn't mean that they're abusive. It just means that they're defending themselves. For me, it's a natural defense mechanism. Like, if somebody's going to shit me or annoy me or try to use the shit out of me, then I am totally entitled to getting cranky with you and telling you to go fuck yourself and shove a cactus up your ass, to be honest. The truth is, I think everybody's entitled to those opinions, or not just that, but everybody's entitled to that. They're entitled to getting pissed off. Because we live in a society where fucking shit is so suppressed that you think that somebody getting fucking angry and getting the shits is not normal. I'm sorry, but humans get angry. Humans get the shits. Humans get annoyed. Like, what the fuck? This is entirely my fucking point, and I'm kind of pissed, to be honest, but, fuck. I don't know. Look, at the end of it, it's normal for human beings to get angry. It's normal. It's normal behaviour. I'm sorry, but it's simple as that. It is normal behaviour. It's not. It's not anything. It's not anything out of the norm. That's my point. That's my entire point. You know. It's so hard. You know, like society says this is abusive, that's abusive. Like fucking. I'm sorry. I hate to say this, but grow the fuck up. Get over it. I mean, I'm sorry, but some of this shit that people claim that is abusive and has people up in stitches and has them having problems. Okay, I'll tell you what's abusive. Pedophiles, sexual abuse from pedophiles, that's abusive. A guy beating the shit out of a woman because she didn't make the sandwich right, that's abusive. What is not abusive? Alright, so these are the categories I consider to be not abusive. If you yell at someone because they're being a dickhead and they gave you the shits and they're trying to trigger you specifically because they're trying to make you look like a fucking nutter, then no, that is not abuse. That is getting shits, alright? That's getting the shits because a person's enough of a dickhead to start with that you have to fucking yell at them and get the shits with them. Now, animal abuse, I don't condone. Like, this is my point. I don't condone hitting someone, firstly, unless they're trying to hit you, and they're specifically trying to hit you, like, you know, hard, with a fry pan or any other weapon or object. I don't condone that. I don't condone hitting someone or being, you know, I don't condone hitting back unless you're being hit. Then it's all bets are off. I'm sorry, but it's as simple as that. The conclusion that I've come to with some people is that everybody's different about the way how they feel about this stuff. I mean, as I said, I don't condone animal abuse. I hate sexual abuse or pedophiles and things like that. I've seen some women who well, not all women, but some women who purposely try to piss a guy off, like literally get into an argument because they want to get into an argument. Typically sociopathic and psychopathic behaviour, in the sense that all they want to do is have an argument, and that's all the entire thing is about it. And they're always causing drama and issues in their own life. I don't condone that either. I mean, humans, like her argument was, oh, humans are always drama, you can't avoid it. No, not all humans are drama. My dad isn't drama. My whole family isn't fucking drama. My family doesn't cause me any issues at all, most of the time. I mean, there might be the occasional situation where I get the shits with them. But you know what? Most of the time I just step away from it and I think, fuck, you know, there's no point in trying to... There's no point in getting the shits because, I don't know, as long as I know my family, they all have the same sort of issues that I have. So, you know, I know what they're like. I know we all try to work in with each other. But I have a great support system. I have my dad, I have my sister, my nephews and nieces. They're great. They're spectacular. My niece has some issues, like some serious issues herself. You know, I'd say she's probably about the same spectrum as I am, in the sense that she has anger management issues sometimes with dealing with things and dealing with the fact that life doesn't always go her way. Unfortunately, she's at that age now. She's about 10, where at this point in time, she doesn't realise that you can't always get your own way in life. You can't always get things that go your own way. I would love if everything always went the way I expected it to go. I'm sorry, life don't do that. Life has never done that. Life's an asshole sometimes, actually. Like, in the sense of things happening in the order that you want them to happen in, the way you plan. I mean, I'm the type of person who plans shit out. I plan a lot of stuff out. And the thing about that is, things don't always go according to plan. Sometimes they work out, but at the end of it, sometimes they do actually work out, but they don't work out the way you always expect. And, you know, I think the problem we have with society these days is that so often, but not so often, people want things to go exactly according to plan, but I'm sorry, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Now I'm doing Cookie Monster. Damn. That's pretty sad. I don't know whether that's... Actually, that's pretty good for this time of morning. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. Speaking of cookies, that fucking omelette. I swear to God, I'm rather annoyed with myself for cooking it. It's a massive thing. It was like 4 or 5 eggs or something, and then I had a chicken schnitzel thing in the middle of it. Yeah, I know. I was a glutton for punishment on that one, and then I think I had a couple of like, what was it? Like a pudding, little pudding cup things. Yeah, it didn't digest well. I was definitely sick in the morning. Funny part is, it was only I went to sleep and I slept like a fucking baby. I was good for sleep, thank you. I slept fucking wonderfully. I just had fucking. I woke up. I was like, my stomach was all over. I was like, I figured I was going to be sick at some point anyway. But yeah, once I was asleep, I was fine. I woke up. I was like, fucked. But it's not a problem anyway. I felt better. I felt better after I got a bit sick. So you know, it's alright. I'll what I will do. I'll grab some coffee and just get my digestive system going a bit, and then I'll have to take my meds, obviously. I don't know, to be honest, I get sick of taking pills a lot. That's my other issue, too. With the amount of meds and stuff that I have to take, it can be frustrating trying to take them all the time, you know, having to constantly digest them every fucking day of your life. That can be an issue. Sometimes you just want to not have to digest something, like, you know. That'd be nice, occasionally. But, you know, different people, different, you know, thought patterns, I guess, but Jesus. Okay, so, YouTube up there. I guess I'm falling up there. Oh my god. So, oh, my neck. Oh, shit. You know a dog? Apparently the dog's fast asleep. Well, it's nice he can fucking sleep, but he woke me up this morning, a little prick. He's sitting there sleeping on the bed, that's what it is. Bugger. Oh. Practice for having a child. Because a child will make sure that they come in and bother you in the morning. Like my nephews used to do it when they were younger. Okay, so my digestive levels are coming back to normal, I think. Yeah, it's like I said, I'm still waking up, so it's sort of there eventually. So, crack open my website, crack open my Twitter, crack open all my other shit. I ended up watching Bob's Burger, actually, ironically. Something about food. Typical Australian shit. I ended up watching Bob's Burger last night on Netflix for a while. We don't have it on the Australian Netflix, but I'm getting the American one anyway. Oh, la 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 bastard. Sorry. Log in. There we go. That's better. Switch accounts. Switch another business account. There we go. Oh my fucking god, man. Okay. Sign in. So I've signed in, and I've got 401 followers. That's interesting because I didn't have that before. I gained a couple of followers overnight. That's hilarious. That's ironic. It's not really ironic. It's obviously a few people would give me different advice on things, I guess, but different point. Shit. Anxiety, depression, it's a big issue. But then so is schizophrenia. I think it depends on the schizophrenic though. See, I'm an auditory schizophrenic. I hear voices in my head. There are full-blown delusional psychotic, like psychosis sort of things, full-blown delusions, which is just all you see is visual indicators. Like you pretty much you hallucinate. That's for people like these are probably people who have really, really bad schizophrenia sort of thing. Actually, there's difference with schizophrenia. Schizophrenia tends to be a submissive form. It's most people who are schizophrenic are very quiet, are inherently laid back. Schizoaffective disorder, or schizoaffective, schizoid, is actually active, where they're more active and they're more inclined to commit violent acts or do things that are violent. The only reason I will do something like that is if I'm fucking provoked in the first place, which I think is reasonable of any human being anyway, if you're provoked into a situation, particularly. Oh, shit. But it is a lovely morning, though. All reasonably. I mean, these fucking rain clouds have been hanging around the last few days, and I've got the fucking clothes on the line, and every time I've tried to fucking get the clothes, well, not now, but before, fucking pissing down rain everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck? Get fucked. Kind of frustrating when that happens, though. It really is. So, I could probably do some streaming. I don't know whether I will today. I didn't really do much yesterday. I just mucked around at the house and did a few things around the house and mucked around the internet. I was setting up my Chrome, my Twitch, all my different services, and just making sure people had links to stuff. Yeah, pretty much. I just like making sure everybody had links to shit. So. Frightening eraser challenge. God, another fucking challenge. Level of rental retard. I mean, okay, you know, I might occasionally get the shits. I know that's why I've been off Facebook because I've burnt myself with a lighter. Because I think it was one of those moments I wanted to feel a bit of pain. I was pretty numb at the time, so don't try to get me to explain the logic of that. But it's just sometimes you got to feel pain to feel good. Actually, sometimes you got to feel pain to feel alive. Occasionally, just occasionally, not all the time. Sometimes. But apparently these kids are doing the eraser challenge, which they get an eraser and they rub it on the back of their hand, and they yeah. But the level of mental like, okay, firstly, I don't do shit because other people are doing it. I do it because because I myself want to fucking do it. I don't follow these fucking trends that people seem to fucking throw around, and some of them might be worth the time, you know, some of them look interesting, I'm not arguing that, maybe, some of them, but like half of them, like this fucking guy, he glued his fucking asshole shut because, he took laxatives and fucking glued his asshole shut and ate fucking Taco Bell, like, I'm sorry, some of these challenges I don't get, I don't understand what the challenge is in them, like, are you challenging yourself to be an idiot, because you sure fucking are. Fuck, I've done some stupid shit while I've been drunk, you know, on painkillers and stuff like that. I've probably done some stupid shit, I'm well aware of it. Fuck, I've done some perverted shit. I know I've asked a couple of women for their fucking used panties. I know I've sent people dick pics. I know I've done that. I'm well aware of the fact that I've done that. Do I regret it? Not inherently, because I regret it a little bit when I woke up, because I was sort of, I mean, it depends on, everybody's different. Some people take dick pics as an insult, some people take dick pics as a compliment. Depends on who it is, you know. The other side of it too is, there's some guys that I'm surprised that they send dick pics because of the size of their dicks. Like, there's some people that make me scratch my head, like, you seriously send somebody a dick pic, and when you look at the size of your dick, like, you know, it's the fucking size of a big toe. Personally, I'd be embarrassed to have something that size. Like, that's pretty bad. Actually, I've seen some worse ones. I've seen, like, fucking penises about that big. You know, that fucking big. That is the consistency of a baby carrot. That would be embarrassing to have as a penis. I'm honest. That would be embarrassing. And I just don't know how a woman could enjoy that, to be honest. Yeah, you know. Not that I'm going to criticise people with small dicks, but Jesus Christ, if you've got that micro dick, then you got a problem. You got a serious problem. There's probably an operation or plastic surgery out there that can help you. I've never had that problem, personally, myself. Though most people will tease me for it. Because of the fact that I'm overweight. See, everybody seems to think that because you're overweight you have a small penis. I sort of love to hate that assumption. Like, what the fuck is going on in this people's mind? Like, okay, firstly, I'm a perv. From beginning to top, I'm a perv. The amount of times that I masturbate in most days is astronomical. So I highly doubt I'm going to have a small penis in that sense anyway. That's the fucking point, right? Now, the other side of it that sort of gets me is that, you know, like, everybody assumes, oh, so you can't find your dick, your stomach. No. If I stand up straight, I get my stomach in the right position because I can actually hold this gut in when I want to. My gut hangs out a bit, but it doesn't, like, my gut doesn't hang right over me. You know what I mean? I know people bigger than me. There's people probably way bigger than me, alright? I'm about 129 kilos or something like that. And there's bigger, way fucking bigger people than me. Like, way bigger people. And, I can sort of understand maybe if they've got issues with penis size. Sure. But, Jesus, like, you know, I tend to keep myself reasonably trim. And most of the time, my food digests fast enough in me that I'm not having my stomach constantly stick out. Though I do have a belly, no doubt of that. I mean, you know, I'm a big guy. But am I a big? You know, generally, okay. Look, I'm a big guy. Yes, I'm a tall guy. Firstly, I'm 6 foot. Right. Now you can't see that from most of my YouTube videos and stuff I do, but I'm 6 foot. Right. That's the first part of it. I'm 6 fucking foot. I'm fairly fucking tall. I'm a big guy in general. Like, you know, generally I have, you know, big features. You know, whether it's a big fucking baldy ass fucking head, you know, and by any means, I'm not a small guy. Nothing I do is small, including the fucking portions of food I eat, for that matter. You know, I'd say I don't know. I classify myself as a manly man because, you know, I got fucking chest hair up the wazoo. I got enough testosterone running through my system to fucking flatten a fucking rhino, you know? And that's probably the reason I have anger management issues sometimes, because I get the shits, because I got so much testosterone running through my system, I have a tendency to get cranky. You know what? I think it's typical for most men to get cranky if they've got a lot of testosterone running through the system. I take a lot of herbal remedies. I even take boosters for my hormone levels as well. Like, not boosters, but like natural herbal boosters that help my hormone levels balance out. Not just that, but they, you know, just generally make me stronger as a person. Not just that, with vitamins and everything else, you know, fucking hell. So, I don't know. What gets me most of the time, and I can't understand people, is it's like, oh, you know, it's like you're big fat cunt or something like that. You know, like, people always pick on you for, they pick on you for, like, typical things, you know, like typical stuff when it comes on, this person's got that, you know, just because, oh, this person hasn't seen a penis in a year or so. I mean, I've heard that fucking joke so many times, it's become fucking cliche. You know what I mean? And the truth is that none of that fucking stuff that people fucking try to fucking tease fat people about is actually fucking true. Like, speaking as somebody who's fat, like, probably not the fattest person you've ever met, but speaking as somebody who's actually fat, fuck. I can definitely assure you of that. I can assure you of the fact that none of the cliches and the shit that people talk about being bigger, it's all fucking bullshit. Most of it's bullshit. I mean, most of it's just fucking... The only time it might not necessarily be bullshit is with some women. Like, not all women, but there's women who have... I mean, okay, put it this way. I'm a big guy, but I'm not that big. I mean, I'm about 129 kilos. I don't know what that exactly is in American weights. I think it's like 2... I should find out. I mean, I haven't weighed myself for a while, but I always weigh myself every so often just to check how I'm going with it. What we've got. For people, as I said, I had a mate. He was like this lazy little thin fucking cunt, and to be honest, I'd rather not be a lazy little fucking thin cunt, because most of the lazy little fucking thin cunts, you can knock them over with a fucking feather. I'm sorry, but little fucking cunts like that, you eat the fucking cunts for breakfast, to be honest. Let's see. So I'm 120. Last time I was 129 kilos. In pounds. There you go. Pounds. There you go. I am. No, that's not fucking right. Asshole. You know what? Fuck you, Google. You're not being my friend today. There we go. That's my fucking right. So I'm 129 kilograms, which is 284 pounds. Considering that I've seen people 2, 3, 4, 500 pounds in weight, and that's significantly fucking much more than I am, I'm doing well. I'm doing damn well. Now, I've got a double chin, no argument there. But most of it's down to my metabolism being slowed down a bit by my meds sometimes in certain situations. Now, this double chin right here, right? This double chin. What is this double chin at the end of it? What is it? Just because somebody has a double chin, okay, firstly, now, you're only seeing that, right? Now, me standing up, just standing up straight, you know, generally, me standing up straight, right? I'm not that big a guy compared to most people I know, you know? And, like, I mean, put it this way. That's, I don't know, as I said, but most of the time with the fat on my body, it tends to spread out, you know? To a certain extent as well. So, but yeah, on my last weight check, which to be honest, I will do a weight check now because I'm actually curious what my weight is. I haven't done my weight for a long time. So, find a fucking scale that is. Scale's there somewhere. I do have a scale. I just don't know where the fuck it is. Oh, there it is. Right, it's in here. Found it. I had it somewhere. So, what I want to know is my weight, right? So let's see. Out of curiosity. Fucking batteries. Right. 125.5. I'm actually lighter than I fucking. I'm lighter than I fucking. I'm lighter. Would you believe it? I'm fucking lighter than what I actually told you. So I've lost weight. I've lost 5 kilos. Hello? What do you want? You dog? So I've actually lost fucking weight. So, alright, let me look what that actually is in Australian. Sorry, not Australian, American. Man. 25.5. Yeah, hold on a second. Hold on a second, dog. Yeah, what is it? What? I know you were excited because I got up and I decided to weigh myself. So, 125.5 kilograms is 276 pounds. Actually, 276.68 pounds, to be exact. That's my weight. I've lost fucking weight. I was 129. I know I was 129. I've actually lost fucking weight. Holy fucking shit. And I'm being accused of being fat, apparently. Or, you know, big giant motherfucking fat ass. That's what those people come across as their first compliment. Compliment. Their first comment about me. And I'm like, dude, it's only because of my double chin. Because most of it, I don't know, it feels like half this shit goes to my chin sometimes. But like, fucking seriously. I'm 125.5. I've got the fucking scale in front of me. I got all the fucking weights and everything else. I got all the fucking statistical data as well. On top of that, the only complaint my doctor had the last time I fucking went to my doctor was my cholesterol was a slight bit high. But it's because I'm a big fucking meat eater, dumbass. Like, what the fuck? So I'm 125.5. That's not the ideal weight for my height. Like, technically according to doctors, but, you know, fuck doctors. Doctors don't know everything. And, they only go by an average index. So, look, fucking, like, that makes me scratch my fucking head. Like, seriously, so... my weight is actually pretty good. My weight is actually pretty epically good. Like, you know, as I said, the only thing with me is, I said, I'm probably not the most... I mean, sometimes my posture's a bit off because I tend to sit in my computer chair a lot, so sometimes my posture can be a little fucked. But most of the time my posture's not too bad. I mean, most of the time I'll sit back and I'll sort of straighten myself up and make sure I'm, you know, in the proper position. But, fuck, Jesus. So I'm actually lighter. Holy shit. This is my fucking point. I've lost weight. I didn't even realise I lost fucking weight. Oh, wow. I'm actually impressed with that. I'm impressed that I lost weight. But I get so sick. I'm sorry, maybe it's a sensitive issue with me, but I get so sick of people teasing me about my weight because I've heard every single fucking joke under the sun. I've come to the conclusion I just don't give a shit anymore about most of it because I'm like, what the actual fuck? Like, some of the shit, is this the worst fucking shit you can come up with? Like, some of the insults of people trolls going on. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I've heard worse fucking shit on... I've fucking heard worse fucking shit on the fucking dark web, you cunts. Jesus Christ. Seriously, no, I've heard fucking worse shit on the dark web. So, I'm 125.5 kilograms, 276.68 pounds in weight. Now, I know some people who are 300 to 500 or more pounds in comparison to me and what my weight is. So I'm actually quite thin compared to most of those people. So my other question that leaves me scratching my brain to some of these people that seem to want to tease me about my weight, is it all just to do with the fact that I've got a double chin and that's the only reason you pick on me? Like, as I say, people always assume, or they always judge a book by its cover. That's the worst thing you can fucking do, alright? That's the worst fucking thing you can do, trust me. I don't know. Like I said, I've never had any major issues with people. I don't know, there's just so many assumptions about people who are overweight or a bit overweight or whatever that make me go, what? Like, where the fuck did you hear half this shit? Like, the other side of it too is I keep myself healthy enough with supplements and things like that. And I do exercise from time to time, as long as if I don't actually exercise at all. That, ironically, I don't know, as I said, it's people get me, and some of the fucking stupidity of people get me with some of the shit that they come up with, you know? And I know there's people like fucking, this arsehole used to call you a loser if you didn't do certain things, or if you didn't do certain or particular things. I'm like, fuck off, dude. Seriously? The fact is, the man's never been married. He's never had kids. He has a business. That's about the only thing in his life that he has. He's a business. I don't know whether he really gets along with his family. I'm guessing he probably doesn't. Most of the time, he ends up getting chucked out. He's been, so far from what I've seen, he gets chucked out of most of the places that he moves into. And, you know, I mean, at the end of it, about the only thing he's really got going for himself is a business. He looks like a fucking gremlin, to be honest. He looks like a fucking gremlin. He looks like a fucking ugly gremlin. At least I can say I'm cute and cuddly. Well, probably a little bit creepy and cuddly too, depending on how you look at it. But at least I can say I'm reasonably cuddly. I'm like a big cuddly teddy bear. On the side too, I can be a scary teddy bear with fucking claws too, depending on my frame of mind. But he looks literally like a fucking pointy-eared gremlin. His fucking eyes are about this tiny, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. And I know he's shorter than me. I'm pretty damn sure that he's shorter than me. He's like 5'4" or something. Same fucking eyes as my dad. I know with taller people, it's always the case when someone's taller, that helps with weight a lot, and it helps with weight distribution and things like that, and things of that nature. Go on. What do you want? I think your breath stinks. You have a fucking breath mints or something, dog. Really. You really do. You really do. What do you reckon? Just trying to get you off the fucking bed or something. Yep. That's probably what you need. That's probably what you need. I can't believe my sister didn't probably notice that. That's fucked. I can't understand how my sister didn't notice you need a breath mint. Mind you, you are a dog, so what do you expect? What do I expect? What do I expect from an animal like you? Huh? Yeah, I know. I just insulted you and you gave me a lick. Isn't that lovely? This is like, the dog has no idea what I'm fucking doing. I just insulted the cunt. What you doing, eh? What? Housing. Come at it. Get you some freaking food. You're probably hungry. You want some food? Come on. No, not on me. Look, dog. Do it, dog. You're not going to be a lapdog at the moment. Move on. Back up. Back up. President. Here we go. Okay. Come on. Get you some fucking food. It's dry food out here for you anyway, isn't it? Come on. Dry food. Birds, dogs, fucking fish. Now we got fucking fish in here too. My sister brought some fucking fish over. So, weight check. My weight is actually lighter than I assumed. I've lost weight with practically doing nothing aside from keeping and maintaining my current diet and my current supplement regimen. What does that show me? I'm not doing anything fucking wrong with my diet. Oh, God. Wow. That shows me that I'm not doing anything wrong with my diet. Mainly because my cholesterol's not sky high, so I'm doing something right. That's a plus side. I find that fucking funny because, as I said, I thought I'd be a lot heavier, but apparently not. Interesting that. Mind you, there's some days where I don't eat anything at all. There's some days I wake up and I like eat maybe one or two things and then I'm good, you know. Other times I'll wake up and I'll just have a freaking cup of coffee all day and I won't have anything else and I'll have like a meal at the end of the day. This isn't all my point. I don't eat 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I eat a lot of protein, but I don't always eat it in one hit and I don't always continually eat it. So, So yeah, that's you know, sorry, I opened the door. I was wondering what the hell that noise was. I thought somebody was fucking out the front door. I'm wondering, what the hell? It's alright, it was the dog. He was climbing on the door and rapping on it and shit like that, so. Yeah, so fucking hell, seriously. I'm impressed. I'm fucking impressed. Fuck, like I'm really impressed with the actual fact that I've lost weight. Like, ironically, I've lost weight. That's something new. Guess my metabolism's just going the right direction, eh? I don't know, as I said, I've always been criticised for my weight. And to be honest, I'm not that fat. There's fatter people out there than me. I mean, there's bigger fucking people than me too, but Jesus Christ, my weight's actually pretty balanced. Kind of gets me with that, like seriously, just some people's attitudes toward that shit is sort of fucked. Anyway, so that's good to know. I've lost weight. There's a plus. Because I was 129 kilos, I'm now 125.5. So I actually lost weight. Isn't it ironic? Yeah, you really do think. It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride when you've already paid. Basically. So I've lost weight, it seems. Yeah, wow. I've lost weight, amazing. I'm just amazed that I've lost weight. Like, I haven't been doing a massive amount of exercise lately, so I'm just surprised I actually lost weight instead of gaining it. Mind you, there's some days where I don't eat much either, so that could explain it, I guess. I don't know. Fuck me sideways, that's hilarious. Anyway, so back to where I was talking about my fact that I lost weight, and you know, I don't understand how people can be so adamant about people who, you know, have weight issues and stuff. Fucking yeah, fucking hell. 44.38, 369. So yeah, yeah, like I said, I just don't get some people with that. Like I've heard so many different insults. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, fuck. Get some new material. To get some new material, I will not listen to any fucking further trolling or jokes about my fucking weight. Because I've heard them all. And then somebody, it was interesting the other day, that somebody sitting there, I was like, oh, you burp and fart, and yeah, okay. Firstly, that didn't really bother me. I'm just sitting there, I was like, okay, yeah, I burp and fart, but you know that's what every human being does on the planet. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people, just because of our food supply and things like that fucking... to be honest, these people, you know, because of our food supply, most people burp, fart, or have some type of gas issue at some point anyway. It's just a gassy world. I hate to say it, but it really is. It's a fucking gassy world. If you can't accept that, then that's your fucking problem. And so I was like, oh, dude, but have some manners. Dude, it's my own fucking home. I can burp, fart, do whatever the fuck I want in my own fucking home and not be criticised for it, to be honest, because it's my prerogative to burp and fart. Fuck, my family does the same thing. Right? It's my entire fucking point. My family's the exact same way. They do the same shit. So you know what? Maybe my family's more relaxed than other families. Maybe we have a mentality that's better. Maybe the world needs to take an example of the Gorman family. Because maybe if they were a bit little more relaxed, they might have a fucking better life. So some people are just like... Some people are like what I like to call uptight and prudish. Like, they're so far up their own ass with manners and fucking political correctness and all that shit. And I'm like, fuck right off with that crap. I'm sorry, but political correctness? Fuck political correctness. The only time I will draw the line in the sand is fucking pedophiles. That's the only time I'll draw the line. Those cunts need a fucking knife through their chest and they need their fucking heart calmed out. Like, you know, in fucking, Indiana Jones in a Temple of Doom sort of thing. Yeah. Kalima! You know, fucking ripping the heart out. Exactly that way. That's what they fucking need. But yeah, that's the when I draw. I draw the line in the sand there. But I don't draw the line to any other forms of comedy because fucking shit can be funny, man. You gotta have a sense of humor about life, otherwise you're fucking... I'm sorry. If you... Yeah, it's just true. Fucking hell. You gotta have a fucking sense of humor. How the fuck do you expect to get through life and have a decent life if you can't laugh at shit? Like, seriously. Joke? Have a good joke? Fuck me. Wow. Oh, fuck me sideways. Wow. Now, the other thing, too, that I'm a bit adamant against. People always turn around saying vaccinations are no good for you. I had all my vaccinations when I was younger. Very true. I had them all when I was younger. And I've never had an issue with those vaccines affecting me detrimentally in any way. Do I think that a child should be vaccinated before they go to school? Sure, because we are trying to prevent diseases, like diseases that were eradicated. Do I believe that newer vaccines like flu and stuff like that, is it always needed? No, it's not always needed. Those ones aren't necessarily needed. What is needed is the common vaccines for things that we've already cured over years. And, you know, the other side of it too is there's guys that say, oh yeah, but you know, our bodies will naturally fight this shit off. No, okay, so, dude, there was a thing called the Middle Ages, the Black Death. All this shit happened because we didn't have fucking vaccines. If you do your fucking research and you actually apply some science to the shit that you're talking about, you might actually come out on top. Maybe, if you're lucky. But do I believe that people should vaccinate their kids? Yep, totally. Now, everybody's of a difference of opinion with that. Mainly because they seem to think that there's a lot of toxic stuff. Well, obviously there's probably going to be a few things that are not... I don't know, like, if you do the research, I haven't done it specifically myself, but some people claim all these different things to be in vaccines. Now, the other side of it too is you look at some of these, and I've seen some people put some personal research pages up of stuff that's in the vaccines, and a lot of stuff that was in there a long time ago has been eliminated. A lot of the nasty and the crap and things they used to have in them years ago that might have caused people issues have gone. They've been taken out of it in the first place, and most, you know, after a certain amount of years, I mean, it's the same context as I said. When science is an applied thing, when it comes to applying new stuff to new techniques and new things to everything, you know, as we learn what's bad for our body, inherently those things are going to be excluded from the list. You know, I mean, fucking years ago we assumed that asbestos and all this shit was okay to put in fucking roofs, but we've learned that it's cancer causing when it's broken up, so now it's not used anymore. Now, it's the same context. I mean, different context. You know, like, I don't know. These are the things I believe to be healthy. Weed, quite healthy, extremely healthy, in fact. Cancer fighting too. Rolly cigarettes, or like rolling tobacco, or like rolling tobacco or pipe tobacco. Generally better for you than your typical, especially if you get the organic stuff, your typical stuff that you buy, or your typical pack of cigarettes, because packs of cigarettes are always going to have tons of chemicals. They've got a shit ton. They've got like a shit ton of chemicals in them. So, if you're going to if you're going to smoke something, smoke it. Be organic about what you smoke. Is what I'm saying. Things that are generally healthy, like, you know, natural supplements and things like that, and natural vitamins, they're good. Now, of course, they are toxic in high doses, so watch the doses of the things you're taking. Be careful with the doses. Be adamant about what you're taking. Take it on a regular basis. Make sure you have a regular regime of taking it in the morning or first thing when you get up in most cases. There's going to be situations you're not necessarily going to do that, but, you know, try to take it in the morning if you can. Another thing you can do is, like, I tend to just take them all in one hit myself, but you can spread stuff out if you want to with different vitamins. Some vitamins you can spread them out during the day, just, you know, with meals and stuff like that. But I take my cocktail of vitamins and stuff, and it does recommend that you eat with each tablet you take, sort of thing. But do I always eat? No. Sometimes I'll just take my tablets and have a cup of coffee. That's just, you know, to get my day off started, to get my day started. So basically, all I've got in my system is whatever natural herbal stuff I got in there, and then say for example, most of the time, pretty much no, all my prescription drugs, which my prescription stuff is it's only 2 tablets. I can't only like 3 tablets anyway. Actually, I take more herbal remedies. I take more counteractive herbal remedies. I take more counteractive herbal remedies than I do. I honestly take more counteractive herbal remedies than I do of anything else in my entire body. I would say that it probably even counteracts a lot of the side effects and stuff I get from my normal medications. But yeah, interesting that, isn't it? But no, look, I guess the conclusion that I've come to is that I'm not doing too bad. I must be doing something right to my body, because my body's reacting the way I expect it to, and most of the time my body does a pretty good job. And I used to have a bit of a bad case of hemorrhoids a while back. Not anymore, to be honest, since I've been taking all the natural elements and stuff that I've been taking. It's cleared up completely. Also, staying away from stressful people helps too. That helps a lot, but I think it's also probably the natural element stuff that I'm taking as well. Me being a little less stressed and worried about things too. So, So that was a package for my niece, Miss Jasmine Kilner. Sorry, there's this guy knocking on the door by the looks of it. So yeah, I've honestly found the natural elements seem to work with me better. They seem to make me feel better in general than anything that's artificial or anything that's chemically based. Most chemical drugs I have a pretty, sometimes a good reaction, sometimes a bad reaction depending on how I'm feeling. I know with codeine that after taking it after a certain amount of time that when you're coming off codeine, like when you're coming off having codeine on a regular basis, I know for a fact that what happens with the codeine is that you get angry, like you get really pissed off and angry and irritable. Actually, that's something I've noticed with codeine. As you're coming towards the end of it and you're sort of coming off, or you haven't had a tablet for a while, you get irritable. You basically, what happens is you pretty much get irritable, and you find everything irritating around you. With weed, it's totally opposite. You find everything interesting. Even when you're coming down a bit, you're pretty good most of the time, so. Okay, so, yeah, nuts, butts, huts, and coconuts. So it's not too bad. I'm not too bad at the moment anyway. I'm doing pretty well today, considering where the dog is. It's probably outside. It's probably going to take a piss or something. How many blunts did you? No, like as I said, I look at some of the shit that I see when people are doing random ass crap. You know, like random ass shit. Especially these days. People just amaze me. Like somebody's talking about Australia being fake and all this shit. I mean, I don't know. She was from Sweden. Maybe she was trolling. Possibly. I'm not saying she wasn't trolling, but fuck. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck? Fucking cracks me up with some of this shit that people are like. It's just fucking hilarious. This is event stupid. Oh shit! Wow. Yeah, that's all I got to say about shit like this morning. It's hilarious. Just find that ironic. I really do. Like, that's fucking hilarious. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. It's a bit of a good morning stream. Hope everybody's doing well. I've been having too much of it. I don't like having too much artificial sweetener too. So I have been having a tendency these days to drink a lot of water. If not water, I drink a certain percentage of water, and I drink a certain percentage of other stuff as well. Some soft drink, but I mean, to be honest, I've turned away a lot from soft drink. Mainly, so let's see, switch myself around. So as you can see, the kitchen is an absolute pigsty. I have to do a bit of cleaning today. So I've got to clean all that up, whack that, obviously clean up the dishes. And that's popcorn from last night from my nephew. And we also need to do fucking yin as well. So, oh yeah, here's the freaking fish, by the way. This is my sister brought over. I did cook last night, so when I do a bit of my drunk stoned kitchen, it normally doesn't look very clean. I'll give that a bit of a clean and a wipe down. Because see, we all get dirty. Everything gets dirty from time to time. You know, this is just raw shit of what happens when you have a kitchen, particularly when you've got 3 people. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people in the house, and yeah, having 4 people in the freaking house can be a real big thing, especially when you want to fucking well, the bird's got to be bird too over there. But. So what I'm going to do, the first part of my plan is to get a coffee, because I always need a booster when I'm doing this type of stuff. So first, off the assembly rack, and you're looking into the sugar at the moment. I'm kind of pissed with my fucking jug though, I really am. So, this fucking kitchen thing is a mess. You know what I'm going to do? Let me just make my coffee. First thing I'm going to do, first fucking thing, is make my coffee, but aside from making my coffee, I'm also going to do this as well. Let's see. If you want to be clean, mean, lean machines, when it comes to cleaning, my typical start, if I can find the fucking cloths. Yeah. That's fucking shit. There it is. Fucking buried onto every other fucking thing in the world. So the first start, when I'm doing this shit, soap up your fucking rag. Probably should get some more soap from the fucking thing, isn't it? Soap that up a bit. That's what I normally do anyway. Soap that up a bit. Once that's soaped up a bit, typically I start with the first area, which is here. So this is the area that gets the most traffic. As you can see, it's always got stains or something on there, to be honest. So let me just switch hands. Right. I'm always better with my right. Move that over. Typically, this area is probably the most unclean in most cases. Normally I like to rub it down a bit, but I don't know. Normally I slap the rag up first, and then sometimes I go back to it later, depending on the situation. Of course, you can apply. You can use like spray and wipe and stuff. Sometimes just a bit of elbow grease is good too. Just makes it much easier to work on the bench. Everything's relatively clean from what it was. In most cases. Okay. Typically. So. Typical points of view. Indeed. Oh, good time. Okay, right. So, oops. Put the bloody stove on. It's not good. Alright. Not as easy to do one-handed though. Depending on what you're doing, a faster reaction time anyway, but that's alright. So I've done that for the moment. Put those there, typically, and just make sure I've got everything in here. Oh yeah. Right. So that's that little bit done, but now I've got to make my coffee. Kind of pissed with my jug though. The kettle that I ended up buying. Being a fucking retard, not working correctly. Which is kind of frustrating at this point. That's pain. Need a spoon. My kingdom for a spoon. Actually, it's funny though. I've had a couple of deliveries. We had to take another package back to the post office. This is actually not our address. It looks close to our address, but it's not actually our address. Dad's got to take that back to the post office anyway, because they delivered it to the wrong fucking address. Just saying. Shit. Oh, red. Fucking dog. That's weird. Unless he's in here somewhere. Oh no, he's in there. Okay. That's alright. I know. At least I fucking know where he is now. He's in my he's in the fucking room my nephew's staying in. Or one of my nephews. So there we go. There's my coffee. Milk, sugar, all the good stuff. Shit, my battery's almost flat. Plug this cunt in before it goes flat. So, fortunately when you're streaming it does take up a lot of fucking battery power. So I'm going to do that this morning. That's a bunch of fucking stuff in there. Now the other thing I'm going to do too is clean quickly. Clean that there quickly. Put that there. That's got to, well, no, put that there because it's got to go back to the post office. Unfortunately, shit happens. Well, that happened though with a few fucking deliveries. People that delivered to the wrong fucking address, and we ended up taking it back. I think my dad actually dropped it back to the post office at the end, but because he did actually find out where the address was, but hard to get it to lit it there was an issue. Well, sorry, to take it there was going to be an issue, basically. So, right. So, for the moment, I'm going to come back to that. Turn that off. And I won't do it right now, but it's just sort of more, I wanted to clean the bench a bit because when I'm making coffee or doing other stuff like that, I typically like to clean the bench. Right, I'm good. Oh, coffee is a lifeblood. Now, oh. Typically, I like to typically I like to do a bit of cleaning most of the time. Shit. Just general cleaning around my desk and stuff like that. Plug anything in that's USB or whatever. So I did have my lighter out last night, so that fucking ass Flint fucking lighter, which gave me the fucking shits, to be honest. Shit. You asshole. What's wrong with that? Bunch of these fucking tanks. That's. I'm actually surprised. My body weight is actually doing pretty good, so I'm really, really surprised at my body weight, actually. Which is great. It's good to know it's keeping a balance, which is a plus side. Move this aside. Shit. Fucking ass. So this is chocolate milk I had last night. So I'm gonna put I'll chuck that in the sink. Right. Alright. Oh. what time is it? I'm changing this shirt, changing some fresh set of clothes, enjoy my coffee, and do a bit of more cleaning. We should be good. Oh, that's good. Not bad. Ah, sorry, I'm just doing a bit of cleaning and mucking around and stuff at the moment. So. Right, so let's not see about this one anyway. So I've changed out everything else, which is a plus side. Oh, so they're saying that. I just want to see if no, I think my shorts are on the line anyway, so. That's good stuff. Right. So not bad, overall a bad morning. Consistently anyway. Where are you, Angel? Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine. Hold on a second. You just need the key, that's all.
I have the key, so
no. You just use the front door key on the garage.
Yes.
It's the same key. It's the same key.
Okay.
Same key.
Yes, yes.
No problem. Right, let's see. Coffee is good. Yeah, so there it is. I can actually broadcast. Okay, that's interesting. So I can completely stop that now, because now it's fucking working. Stop.